I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas, they using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me, what's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda of fusing them, nigga, we losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them, that's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act, fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got it. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beard, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play guys, yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
It's white cis men who are a part of the far right-winged ideology of fascism.
You have poor mental health.
I let my wife sleep with other men.
White shenanigans.
You don't need to virtue signal this hard.
Unvaccinated.
I'm a simp.
It's called a cuck.
Cis.
Soy bitch.
Oh!
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Whoa, Mammoth!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 25, Hundo, and 32 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everston K2 Flexin' on all you
Fucking Catalina wine.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam? Drop it in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Hit that thumbs up if you're watching on the YouTubes. And of course, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Share the show and leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcast. The Daily Swole streams everywhere. You can go to thedailyswole.com for all those live stream links. Most people watch on the YouTube channel, but we also are on Rumble and Odyssey and other places as well. And if you're ready to join the Swole fam, you want to learn more about all our programs, yoga, meditation, nutrition, everything that we talk about to crush your 7 pillars, head on over to swolenormousx.com and join the fam today, because guess what we have going on tomorrow, fam? Guess what we got going on tomorrow?
What's in the
Come
box?
Come on. Guess what we got going on tomorrow morning? 9 a.m. Rise and Swole with the fam. Let's fucking go. Thursday, April 13th, that's mañana, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, live call with the fam. So this episode will be private. Of course, we'll have some Swolosophy here for you on the audio channel. But make sure if you want to catch the live stream, you got to be there for the live call tomorrow, 9 a.m. It is Rise and Swole with Papa and the fam. So we'll see you there for that. All right. Again, drop in the comments. What are you smashing today? We'll take some questions when we get to the knowledge cock portion. And we got some great videos today. We're going to get into it. So let's jump into that nut and summon the Falcon. That way we can see this beautiful fucking card. It's a great one. The voice of an angel summons the Falcon. Trying to swat that drink out of Leo's hand. My God, put the fucking champagne down. It's like 10:30. It's early, Leo. Put it down. Hashtag execute more. One of the Swole fam's favorite cards. I believe we did execute more for a signature series. Which one was that? I forget which one was which, but which one was execute more? Now, a bunch of people in the chat are talking about their signature series. They're getting them in. So super awesome. Some of you said you just got your tracking number. Chris said, and I showed the comment on the screen, that Chris is wearing his signature series. Does everyone know what it is? Don't say it in the chat. I don't know if anyone posted a picture. I didn't see anyone post a picture. I think we kind of discussed it during the accountability meeting that keep it a secret so everyone gets surprised. But at the same time, I know someone probably leaked it. Anyway, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Some of you and some members frame them. They put them in the frames and put them on the wall. And some of you are like, no, I'm wearing the fuck out of my signature series. This one might have to get worn. Do you all agree? Some of you, I know Nick wears the fuck out of his. Lacey said she just wore hers. So some people, I know Cerny hangs them up. Cerny frames them and shit. And some members, this is a wearable. This is really something that you want to push in people's faces. You're going to feel like a boss wearing this one. Knowing people are reading that like, that's what I say. All right. Anyway, hashtag execute more for today's Swole card. We'll give that away at the end of today's episode. Now let's moisturize and get into that tip. Pooah. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Nice, Stephanie. I love this P3S6. Yes. I told you all. And Nick's usually on everyone's case here in the chat. Is it awesome? Is P3S6 sexy? Now we're going to start getting texts and messages in the live chat in the next couple weeks. Is P3S7 sexy as fuck? Is P3S7 awesome? All right, here we go. Stephanie, I literally laughed out loud when I saw it. Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, I'm excited. So I'm excited. And make sure you save the pictures, but take pictures. I can't wait to everyone post pictures and their shit. All right. Shh. Secret. But before we get into the first Swole fam post, speaking of apparel, this design is one of those instant classics. So if you enjoy, we're coming up on Summer Swole. We're really at the tip of Summer Swole. So a lot of America coming up. We're always doing America here on the Daily Swole, but extra America because we're coming into summer, 4th of July, freedom season, and which is really every fucking day, especially in Florida. It's freedom season every day, but you know what I'm saying? It's we get the most epic holidays. We kick it off, on Memorial Day. We remember those that served and sacrificed themselves for our amazing country and our livelihood. And of course, we cruise right into 4th of July. So a lot of red, white, and blue, but we have the brand new Guns, Bacon, and Freedom design, the image. So we have the previous one, which was text. So if you go to the website, papaswolio.com, you'll see it's Guns, Bacon, and Freedom text, and then Guns, Bacon, and Freedom parentheses image. This is the image. So Guns, Bacon, and Freedom, if you're just listening, you got to go to the site and check it out. It's a absolutely yoked fucking pig with a cowboy hat on, USA glasses, firing 2 amazing firearms, riding an eagle with an American flag bandana while it's curling dumbbells. So a lot of freedom, a lot of bacon, a lot of guns in this image. You can wear this to the barbecue of your choice, wear it to the gym, wear it proud. Guns, Bacon, and Freedom, brand new design over at papaswolio.com. Use code Daily Swole for 10% off. And you can use that code for 10% off every day, all the time, because you are a listener of the show. And of course, if you're a member, you get a special code for 20% off. So make sure you check your homepage, send us an email or a message, check your Get Started series. If you have any questions, you can privately message us and we'll let you know what that code is if you forgot, but pretty much everyone knows it. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. Lacey just took a picture. Guns, Bacon, and Freedom. You got the OG design. I love it. I love it. So Lacey sent a picture wearing her Execute More. So you're wearing which one was that? Lacey's wearing Execute More and a man's wearing the Guns, Bacon, and Freedom. I fucking love it in the Telegram chat, in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Fantastic. All right. First Swole fan post.
What's in the box?
I got to share that across. I'm going to have to open that up. Let me open that up. Let me do it on the desktop because I usually do it on my phone. Let me see if I can just drag it over because that's too good not to share. Can I just pull it up? Yeah, there we go. I'll pull it up right here on the screen. Look at this. I'm just going to put it both side by side. Let me just drag it. Yeah. I love that. Nancy says, looking good for a couple of white supremacists. Yeah, okay. Emotional damage. All right, there we go. Let's get a little America for both of them. Whoa, super zoomed in. So we got the Guns, Bacon. They're just all over the screen. I didn't lock the images. Guns, Bacon, and Freedom. And Lacey's rocking her Execute More. So fucking love it. Absolutely fantastic. All right, let's get rid of those. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Love it. Love it. Love it. I fucking love it. All right. Post here is from Brandon. Kicking it off. Swole fam's on fire. Great leg day today, fam. Found an old playlist I made years ago and was jamming. First time barbell squatting in forever. 225 pounds, ass to grass. 3 sets of 8. Nothing crazy without a belt and a spotter. Why are we getting crazy zoom today? But it felt good. Sometimes we just get like random epic zoom. That's because I wasn't using my trackpad. Fantastic, Brandon. Thank you for sharing. If you use a Mac and you have the mouse when you scroll, if you just send your finger, it'll just keep on spinning digitally. It's like, hey, you want it to scroll fast, and it'll just zoom out of control. That's why I use my trackpad. Papa Swolio slacking a little bit. It's all right. We'll blame it on Freddy. We'll blame it on the Falcon. Freddy. Yeah. Fucking goddamn fucking bird. Goddamn bird. It's cold. It's cold and rainy. It's still fucking raining. We're supposed to maybe get some sun or maybe not constant rain tomorrow or Friday. It's been brutal. All right. Brenda says, first cold plunge, my friends. I confess I could only get into my waist for 30 seconds. Then I lowered down to cover my chest. I couldn't quite get my shoulders in the water. The panic response was constricting my chest and making it hard to breathe. But it got easier the longer I was in. And that's what she said.
Because
90 seconds today. My chronic low back pain already feels better. I don't know what the water temperature was, but that pool is not heated. I also just used my red lamp headlight last night and slept incredibly well. I will be ordering red light night lights to put in my house so I can get my circadian rhythm optimized. That's fantastic, Brenda. And she was showing a picture of the weather and the temperature. So it's a low of high 30s, low 40s, and with a high of like 65. So if you're in a pool and it's not heated, then that water is definitely sitting in the 50s or 60s. So that's good. That's great. That's great, especially getting started. Wait till you start dunking your head in. When you get in, just dunk your head under right away. I know it's a pain in the ass when you have long hair, but it's really next level. You want to make sure you get up to your neck. Make sure you get up to your neck. So baby steps, get into there, do 90 seconds, then do 95 seconds, then do 100 seconds. Just keep on going. Keep on going. And if you're moving in the water, that takes it down even lower, because your body has a little bit of a heat shield around itself. So there's the warmth of your body kind of creates a barrier between yourself and the water. So if you're actually in a cold plunge, I have jets in mine, so it moves the water around. But if you move your arms and legs, if you just kind of move a little bit, it's like 5 times colder. It's not pleasant, but it's is it refreshing? Is it ever refreshing? All right, Matt. I was too zoomed in on that picture. I thought it was like a turd, but it looks like a sandbag. Matt says, doing something a little different tonight, fam. Doing some heavy slams with my 60-pound bag, 10 each, shoulder 4 sets, then maybe some overhead press and dumbbell chest press. # go to the fucking gym. Yow. Swole fam. Making gains and taking names. Oh my God, everyone's getting in this cold plunge game. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Midnight R. Toker. Midnighter Toker. Like the song. Is there any way I can improve my sleep? I wind down and always try to go to sleep at 9:30, the latest 10 o'clock, because I have 3 rugrats that I got to put to bed, but I'm always waking up at around 3 a.m. and I feel 5 hours is not that great. I try to aim for at least 6.5 of rest. Thanks in advance, Papa Swolio. There's many ways you can improve your sleep. So it comes down to what you're currently doing and then making gradual improvements. You might benefit from an evening routine. You say you wind down, maybe some meditation, maybe a nice warm shower, maybe some yoga. You could make sure you're not drinking too much water later in the evening if you're waking up to pee, if that's a thing. You can also try some magnesium. I prefer magnesium glycinate, but some people prefer magnesium malate or magnesium threonate before sleep. So you can experiment with that, but you can start off with like 250 or 500 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. That's my preferred. That's the one that I take. That is the least impactful. I don't get the shits from it. I don't have any issues or stomach or indigestion. So I like glycinate. I take that before bed, and it's tremendous for me. I really noticed an improvement when I started taking that consistently, and I definitely noticed it. So those are some ways to improve your sleep. Make sure you have blackout curtains, completely blacked out. You want to make sure that you don't have any cell phones or anything digital in your room. No blue light before bed. Cut out the blue light an hour or 2 before sleep. Red lights. You can wear blue blocking glasses or those yellow tint glasses that block out all blue light, or red lensed glasses. And so cold, dark room. So it could be a temperature thing, could be a light thing, could be all those things in the above. And that's a couple things you can test. So that's what I do. And you can do any of those in combination and see if that might give you some insight as to what you can improve. If you're waking up at 3 a.m., that could be one of the problems. Sometimes people benefit, if you're waking up in the middle of the night, they benefit from having a tablespoon of raw honey, like half an hour before bed. So that might be something that actually improves. And that's been something that a lot of members have also liked too. If you're waking up in the middle of the night, that could be something. And yeah, glad Maggie. Maggie said, actually bought the book, Why We Sleep by Matt Walker. Nice so far. Yep. Definitely recommend that book as well. It's a long book, but it's actually really good information. You can also look up Matt Walker and check him out on Joe Rogan's podcast a couple years ago. He has his own podcast and he's on different people's podcasts. So just start consuming sleep content. And we've been talking a lot about sleep. That's a huge aspect of the 7 pillars, pillar number 4. And especially in the last several weeks, we've been talking about sleep for a long time, but it's very, very important. I've been talking a lot about how it's more important than nutrition. People focus so much on nutrition and they don't even really do that properly, and they don't focus at all on sleep. So imagine if you put the same focus on sleep as you do your nutrition, people would be getting exponential more results. Yeah, reading before bed is fantastic. So I have one of those Kindles. I have a Kindle Oasis, which has the night mode, but I don't like it. It's still too much blue light. So I put a red, one of those transparent filter paper over it. So the text is completely red. It's awesome. So you can do that. And you can do that with a regular Kindle. You don't need to get a new Kindle or anything like that, or whatever e-reader you use. Just make sure you turn off Wi-Fi. You're not looking at blue light. So I just put a little plastic red covering over the screen. All right, last Swole fan post. We'll get into some questions. Let's see. Robert, the gym is where you make it. Hashtag SwoleFam. Hashtag GTTFG. And we got a picture of a mat and a living room. And if I'm not mistaken, we have a mace and a barbell. Fucking fantastic. As well as a cold plunge. So it looks like Rob got one of those inflatable cold plunges that I think we were discussing recently, which is great. Put ice in it. Fantastic. Someone was asking me, I think yesterday, what I thought about the inflatable cold plunges. And any way you can get into cold water, any way you can get into cold is great. So bathtub, garbage can. I mentioned something about the plastic but at the cold temperature, you're not going to be leaching stuff like crazy. It's not a long time. That was just a side note, just objectively speaking, but that's fantastic. So any way you can do it, good for you, Rob, getting it done. And this is what I'm saying. Your gym is where you make it. You move your coffee table, there's your fucking gym. Rob's training in his fucking living room. That's fantastic. All you need is a space. He's got a mace and got a barbell with some weights. That's dope. That's dope. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Getting it done. Swole fam's always getting it done. All right, so let's get into some questions. Knowledge cock time. If you have a question and you want to call into the show, go to askpapaswolio.com. Links in the description below. Also, askpapaswolio.com. That's askpapaswolio.com, and submit a question. You could also live hashtag askpapaswolio, and I will get to as many questions as possible. And of course, if you have not yet dropped the hashtag execute more, we'll give away the Swole card at the end of today's episode. Hashtag execute more for an amazing Swole card giveaway. You don't want to miss out on that. Maggie, Pop, I got a 5-pound club and did your club masterclass and swollen 7 a few times. Someone recommended putting it on half speed and it's helped a lot. Really enjoying it. Thanks for the recommendation. You got it. Good for you. And half speed is always an option. Half speed is always an option, especially when you're doing yoga classes or Swolga. Anything that you want to, you could pause, do half speed, turn off the volume because it might sound weird if you're doing half speed with audio, but that's a great option. It's fantastic. And what I might do is change the frame rate of some of the filming. That way it's a little bit smoother if you slow down some of the newer videos. I'll keep that in mind. But half speed is a great technique, especially just to analyze the movement. You have to be a student when you start. Some of you might see what I'm doing. You might have some experience with martial arts or any kind of twirling and staff work or something like that. And I'd be like, oh, I've done that before and that looks familiar, whatever. So you might adapt to it quicker, but there's no harm. And it's actually recommended that you slow things down, pause it, look, think, analyze. And remember, you only learn once. I shouldn't say you learn once, but you only get started at 0 when it comes to club work and mace work from the beginning. So just make sure you do it properly. Don't rush it. Don't skip to the weights. Don't try to just start swinging shit without knowing how to do it properly, because you could really hurt yourself. Not only can you hit your leg, hit yourself in the fucking head, you can just hurt your elbow and then you can't do it for a long time. So you can really jack yourself up. You don't want to jack yourself up. Trust me, you don't want to do it. It's a nagging tendonitis. It's not good. He's no good. He's no good. All right. I need to get some questions. Oh, let me open it up. So we have to load some new questions in. And if you do have some live questions, hashtag AskPapaSwolio, you can drop that in the comments. Let's take a call first from, looky. We got one from Brenda.
Hi, Papa Swolio. It's Brenda Jean.
She wants to hear my buttery man vocals.
I have a question about electrolytes, and my question is, should I be taking electrolytes? I am about 100 pounds, and I'm typically drinking about 115 ounces of water a day. So with that much water intake, should I be taking electrolytes? And also, what should I look for in an electrolyte product to make sure it's high quality and effective? And is there a prime time to take electrolytes? Should it be done in the morning, before a workout, after a workout? So thanks in advance for answering my question about electrolytes.
Yeah, I use Redmond, I don't know if it's Redmond Minerals or Redmond Salt, but it's Redmond, it's Relight, Relyte. And I also use Element. And sometimes I swap off based on the flavor and just whatever I feel. LMNT. Relight has two types of magnesium. It has glycinate and malate. And Element only has glycinate. So those are both great. I mix it in 32 ounces of water and I have a few a day easily because I'm sweating when I'm exercising. I have a packet first thing in the morning when I wake up in my water. I chug 32 ounces and I have a packet of one or the other first thing in the morning. And I usually put it consistently in my water. If it starts tasting salty and I just back off of it because I'm sweating a lot. I'm using a lot of fluids. I'm in the sauna too for half an hour or so, depending. Plus I'm exercising, so I don't hold back on it. If it starts tasting salty, I back off a little bit. So 100 pounds, you could still have a couple a day, depending on your exercise. So I would start with one pack first thing in the morning and then see how you feel. So hydration is important, and electrolytes are a big part of hydration. It also comes down to your nutrition, but like we always talk about, a lot of these minerals are harder to come by in a lot of the food sources. So supplementation can be very beneficial for those. Mika, Papa Swole, what kind of chair do you use at your desk? The one I use is really not helping my posture. I need something better. Well, I sit for 10 hours a day. I would recommend something that you can move. I mean, I have a standing desk and I'm not here for 10 hours a day. That's for sure. This is a stool. It's like a wobbly stool. It's like rounded at the bottom. So I can move my hips and move it around. There's a lot of different things like that. So usually when I'm doing the show, I'm sitting, but any other time the desk is completely standing. And then I have golf balls and I have a slant board here and I have a plastic bumpy thing so I can stand on it with my feet, massage my feet and things like that. So this is I got this stool when I got the desk, and this automated desk is one of those early automated desk companies, Autonomous, and I got the chair or the stool from that company when I got the desk. So I'm sure there's a lot of other chairs and stuff out there. I'm not sitting on it too much. So I guess I am like an hour or whatever a day, but relatively speaking, it's comfortable enough. All right. Vlada, Papa Swolio. Hi, Papa. Hello. Whenever I do a weighted squat, I always end up really unbalanced. I try to keep my knees from bending over my toes and lean back during a squat. I always end up really unbalanced. Not really sure what you mean. You want your knees over your toes. That's actually very important for knee health. So that's probably why you're unbalanced. If you're trying to keep your knees behind your toes and then staying upright, you're going to fall backwards or you're going to lean forward a ton, which is not, a squat should be more for your quads if you're really doing it properly. I go by the Tom Platz method and the Tom Platz logic for a squat. I never liked squats for glutes. It was always more of a quad focused movement that I preferred. I don't like leaning forward a ton on a squat. There are better exercises for glutes, in my opinion. Doesn't mean you can't do certain variations, but you can elevate your heels on a slant board, on plates. You can use squat shoes. There's a bunch of ways. You can do front squats. There's a lot of different ways for you to get those knees over your toes more and stay more upright. So if that's what you mean by unbalanced, it's just fundamentally you're not thinking about the squat properly. Your knees should be going over your toes. I would recommend checking out the ankle, knee, and hip mobility master classes because you need strong hip flexors. A lot of people get tight hip flexors because they're passively sitting at a desk like Mika was talking about. But at the same time, your hip flexors are going to be short and stiff, but they're also going to be very weak because you're just passively sitting in a 90-degree position. So it's not good. You want to make sure you're stretching your hip flexors, but also strengthening them. You want to make sure your hip flexors are strong because that's what's going to pull your hips forward and keep your back flat when you're in a deep squat. Plus, you want strong knees, training that patellar tendon, making sure your knees are able to go over your toes. And the only reason they will be able to do that is if you have a strong anterior tibialis and a more lengthened gastrocnemius and soleus, those calf muscles. So you want to make sure you're able to get into that dorsiflexion so your knees can travel over your toes so you can stay more upright in the squat position. And that's going to come from strong back and strong hip flexors. So it can anteriorly tilt your pelvis so you can keep your back flat when you go into a deep squat. And not everyone has to go ass to grass. It's definitely healthy. And I think it's very important to be able to, but under load, you want to make sure you're going as low as you can with good form and then work on your mobility and you can take it to that next level when you get there. So getting back to Vlada's point, I don't think the word balance is the right word. You might not be explaining it with that word properly, but you can follow up. If I didn't answer your question, you can follow up with another question. Dangus Kong. Dangus. DK in the fucking house. Papa Solio, what's your take on lemon juice as far as alkaline or acidity? I've done searches on pH balance of citrus. I'm getting mixed answers. Thanks. Well, lemon is alkaline in the body. It's acidic, but the alkaline has an alkaline ash. It's a chemistry thing. So in the body, it acts as an alkaline source, I believe, because it's basic in the body or whatever the fuck the chemistry is. So it acts as an alkalizing result in the body. So it's acidic. You think of it, it's citric acid or whatever, but it's alkaline in the body. I don't know if all citrus is the same. But what's my take? I mean, I'm not sitting there squeezing lemon into things, but you can. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be a bad thing for you. If you have issues, if you have a lot of autoimmune issues, citrus fruit is something that you can test because some citrus fruits are high in oxalates. I think clementines, or I'm not sure about oranges, pineapples. I don't know if that's considered a citrus fruit. But in other words, if you have a lot of autoimmune issues and you have a lot of food sensitivities, the more you have, the more you should be cutting out to test. So most people won't have crazy issues. And how much citrus fruit are you going to eat to get to a place of an issue, especially in the summer? If you're having some fruit, most people aren't eating 50 fucking oranges. Not that you need that much, but in other words, the more issues you have, the more serious you want to start cutting out and looking at things. So citrus fruits can be something that you want to pay attention to. If you have issues that haven't gone away or are still nagging you and you are consuming those, it's something to think about testing. All right, let's take a call from, Ismael. No H. Call you Ishmael. I shall do that.
Hello, Papa Swolio.
What's up, Ish?
My name is Ishmael. I'm 17. I'm currently fat as fuck. I try to go to the fucking gym as much as I can. I was just gonna ask, what made you gain the most progress? And yeah, cause I've been going for like a year now, but I dropped down from 270 down to 230, well 220.
Whoa!
But I went back up, so I'm just trying to get back more and more into the fucking gym. But yeah, Joel, what just helped you the most?
Well, first off, that's awesome that you lost 50 pounds. You gained it back. That sucks. But obviously, you know that you can lose the 50 pounds. You didn't do it properly. Otherwise, you would have kept it off. So it's about setting proper habits. It's kind of what helped me the most, everything. Learning and constantly making small improvements every day. I would recommend, thank you for being here. Thanks for calling. Go to swolenormousx.com. Download the 7 pillars. It's in the main menu. Go to the pull down menu. Click on 7 pillars. Download it. Read them. Listen to the audiobook. Read the Beyond 7 Pillars ebook. Look at the 7 pillars themselves. And I would start with that foundational framing of what's important for a healthy lifestyle and how to make the most improvements. Because it's going to be things that you're thinking about nutrition. You might be thinking about training. What's helped me the most? But I like how you didn't just go and talk about nutrition. Ishmael, I'm glad that you didn't just say, what's the best food to eat to get results? You're asking, what are the things that help me the most? The 7 pillars help me the most. And this is the culmination of all my experience, training, teaching, just thousands and thousands and thousands of hours and people. What works the best? So community, nutrition, training, recovery, mobility, mindfulness, and consistency. So download the 7 pillars over at swolenormousx.com and learn them, read them, focus on them, but give yourself some time to ponder and to think honestly. Be honest with yourself. Be humble with yourself and think, are you actually framing this, and are you actually paying attention to these things in the manner in which the 7 pillars addresses them? Maddie, so why were we always taught to keep our knees back? That's what kept me from doing squats. Because why were you taught to avoid steak and red meat and tallow? Why were you taught to, I don't know, like why were you taught a lot of things that are fucking terrible? Because things get dogmatic. One person says one thing. It really is. Not everyone did it that way. Not everyone was doing knees back. The tribes in Africa and South America weren't doing that. But our society and our world is very much a global and country level game of telephone. One person teaches one thing and says something and looks at one study or does this and puts it in a book, and then the teacher reads that book and teaches it to the students, and the students parrot it to this, and everyone just starts saying this one thing because everyone's been saying it for a long time, and that's what it said, and that's what they were tested on, and that's what they told people to do, and it just kind of gets out there. But there's a lot of things that just are out in society that just get passed around. People hear something and just parrot it to someone else, and a lot of us get fucked over by that. Plus, there's certain methods of squatting where you don't push your knees super far forward. If it's a low bar back squat, you're not driving your knees super far forward and staying upright. So there's different strategies for exercises. But also, a lot of times people would have knee pain. And people would have knee pain if their knees were going over their toes and squatting that way because they had poor mobility. So people started avoiding that, which compounded the problem. So you're sitting at a desk, your hips are getting really tight, your knees are getting really tight and imbalanced, and your ankles are getting super fucking tight with elevated heels and blah, blah, blah. So you go to the gym and your knees go over your toes and you start having a little pain because the patellar tendon's weak and there's a lot of pressure because your hips are tight, everything else, blah, blah, blah. So it feels better to keep your butt back. It's the same reason why if someone has a shoulder issue when they're benching flat, they might not feel their shoulder impingement and pain when they go incline. So they just avoid flat and they do incline instead. They don't actually address the problem of having shoulder pain on the flat. So eventually it catches up. So people just avoid pain. So when you have weak tendons, poor mobility, it just feels better to avoid the things instead of going through them and training them properly. If you have weak mobility and poor mobility and weak tendons and things like that, you shouldn't go heavy with a deep squat. You should be addressing it with fundamental exercises. But that's why a lot of things now with mobility is much more popular, and a lot of people are unlocking movement and joint health that they never thought possible. How many times do you see me doing a sissy squat and someone comments online, "Mo, my knees could never. Well, yeah, they're never going to unless you practice it. Your knees absolutely could. They absolutely could. They absolutely could. My knees couldn't do that a long time ago. Now they can. I'm doing sissy squats on the fucking hack squat, weighted. I'm doing tons of body weight sissy squats because I drop into that all the time. I'm doing reverse sled pulls. I'm doing sled work. I'm doing all types of mobility. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it either unless I practiced. Being an MC, Papa Solio, not a question. God damn it. Just want to say love the show. Okay, you can stay. Thank you so much. Thanks for fluffing the pillow. Appreciate it. Much love. Thank you. Lady Hawk, Papa Solio, thoughts on collagen supplements? I feel like I really fucked myself up not getting collagen from being vegan for a decade. Starting to look old despite changing my diet drastically. I don't know if collagen is going to help you look younger. I've heard some things that aren't really that great about collagen. I don't take any collagen supplements. Bone broth is fantastic. I don't know if you really need a collagen supplement. I'm not sure how essential those are. I've done collagen protein in the past. I haven't in a while. But bone broth, if you put in ligaments and tendons and things, you're going to get a ton of collagen from that. I can't put my finger on it, but I was listening to some stuff recently. I forget where it was. That was kind of like womp womp about collagen. I forget the reason. I don't know if it was kidney stone. I don't know if it was something with kidney stones. I don't know if it was anything with oxalates. I don't know if that was something that I listened to. I can't put my finger on it, but you could look into it. Those are my thoughts. I've taken it before. I haven't taken it a long time, and I don't notice, oh, I should take collagen because I'm missing something. So that's just me. Everyone else can drop your thoughts. But if you're not doing bone broth with connective tissue, so if you're doing bone broth or you're making it, make sure you're not just using the femur bones. It's easier to find just the bones themselves, but you want to get some knuckle bones, get a femur, get something with like ligaments attached to it. You could buy ligaments, you can get tendons in many cases, but you want to get some knuckle bones and some cartilage bones. That way you just don't have the shaft. You want to make sure you get some of that other connective tissue. JBK, sup, Papa? What's up, Ish? Should I be taking a creatinine supplement? I'm sure it's a typo. That's a byproduct of creatine. So creatine supplement. If so, when? Already do a whey protein shake post-workout. You just want to get sufficient protein. So I'm more concerned about what you're eating, what's your sleep like, what are your other 7 pillars like. Don't get too wrapped up with the supplements. Creatine's fine. You're going to get it in red meat. You're going to get it in raw dairy, I think. But a supplement like 3 to 5 grams is fine. You don't need anything fancy, but creatine's good for you. Creatine's found in beef. It's great for lifting. It's not necessarily going to make or break your training. You're not necessarily going to notice, wow, I'm doing so much better because I'm supplementing with creatine. It depends on what your nutrition is like. And I've been saying this for years. Everyone reacts differently to things like creatine. Some people might actually notice a significant increase, but it could also be a placebo effect because you know you're taking it and then you're more confident with your lifting and psychologically. But I also say sometimes, as long as it's not actually harmful for you, a placebo effect can be great. So if you're paying for a supplement and you're getting the benefit, whether or not it's in your head or not, doesn't matter. As long as it's not actually harming you, doesn't matter if it's placebo or not. I actually say no, you're paying for a result and you're getting it. I mean, you could save more money if you actually, hey, I get these results just by feeling better about it. But if you're paying for a result, as long as it's not harming you, then it's like, hey, placebo, you're getting what you paid for technically, right? But everyone reacts differently to creatine. Some people naturally have more of a like resting storage level of creatine in their body, so they don't see as much of a difference from supplementation. Other people, it also depends on your diet too. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian, don't be. If you're vegan or vegetarian, don't be. So you might not need creatine as much if you're eating a ton of meat and stuff. You got it, Dangus. Good. Thanks, Papa. Need an answer for someone I trust. I will give you the information I have if I am not, like I just kind of did. If I don't have the exact information on collagen, I'll tell you. There's so much information out there, and there's so many more studies, and technology gets better, and there's so many more people that are into the biohacking stuff, that are really getting into the nitty gritty, that there's so much new stuff all the time. If you're talking about something from 2 years ago, it could be different now. But with things like creatine and sleep, nothing's really different. Creatine's been out for so long. It's been studied for so fucking long, like caffeine. There's so many studies. There's so much. It's not dangerous. You'll be fine. If you have existing kidney function and issues, then you should be solving that. You don't need to be adding more supplements. So as anything, check with your doctor. If you have any existing health conditions, then that could be a contraindication for taking a supplement. Even if most people are deficient, let's say magnesium or vitamin D, maybe you have some specific condition that, hey, you shouldn't be taking that because that can, I don't know. So make sure you do your homework too. Don't just take my word for it. Hashtag execute more for a chance to win the day's Swole card. Maybe we'll take 1 or 2 questions. Oh, we got one from Michelangelo. Paint me a picture. Here we go. We got
This is about cold plunges. I read an article where it said that if I were to do a cold plunge before I go to the gym, it would raise my T levels higher than if I were to just do one or the other. So I'm wondering if it's before I go to the gym or if I can do it after, because I do my cold plunges after the gym. and the article I read seemed a little, shaky, so I'm just questioning its validity. And to make things clear, I do not ingest all of those calories at once in that shake. I split that up to 4 smaller shakes throughout the day. So yeah.
What?
And I will adjust my caloric intake, because the fool I got that information from with 2500 was straight fucking dumbass.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so this is a follow-up. I did notice the name, and I was like, oh shit, did we listen to this question? No, I think you called back in. So this is the guy that was doing 2,500 calories to bulk, but was that yesterday? God, I don't even remember. Yesterday seems so long ago. I think he was doing 2,500, and we're all saying that's not really enough to bulk for a dude. And he was doing a 1,200 calorie shake, so he splits that up. Okay, whatever. So at first I'm like, huh? That's out of context. Cold plunge, don't do it after lifting. If you do cardio or something like that, or a cardio-based workout, you can do it. But don't do a cold plunge right after workout. If you want to look up Andrew Huberman, he's done a lot of stuff on cold plunging. But the general consensus across people that are in the science field and test these things, and I personally don't cold plunge after lifting. If anything, do it before. I do it first thing in the morning, so anything after is technically after. So it's up to you. But let me just give you some insights. Don't nitpick the fitness too much. I know we take things seriously here in the Swole Fam and things, but don't be like, oh, it's going to raise my testosterone level. Enough to notice a massive difference that's going to get you night and day results. No more than just following the 7 pillars and eating properly and getting quality sleep. Cold plunging first thing or immediately before. I mean, overall, by getting better sleep and focusing on those habits, overall, your testosterone will be improved. So there's a lot of things to do with that, but don't get too granular. There are a lot of people in the fitness industry. It's such a vague fucking term. There's so many charlatans and shitballs out there, but there's so many people that get so obsessed with these nuances at science. They nerd out. They just nerd out too much. They get too obsessed with, and they're doing an exercise where they're kind of twisted. They're doing a lat pull down or something like that. And they're like sitting sideways and they're going like this. Because that range of motion is perfect to hit the teres major. It's like, yeah, dude, fucking throw some weight on that. Lift properly. And these are usually the people that could make a lot more gains if they just fucking lifted heavier and focused more on moving weight. That being said, just don't overanalyze and get bogged down in those nitty-gritty details. But in general, plunging before is probably better. Find what works best for you and then go with that. Whatever you can get consistent. All right, Navarro Sport. And at what point should I start increasing days to go to the fucking gym? I started gym 1 month ago. I mean, I don't know how many days you're going to the gym now. You picking your nose in that picture? Nice. So I don't know. Starting a gym a month ago, I don't know how many days you're going to the gym or what you're doing. But if you're just new to the gym, just do total body 3 days a week or so, and then maybe up it to 4, and then start doing upper, lower, and push-pull legs. You could join the Swole Fam, swolenormousx.com. We have all the programs that give you everything to do, and alternate it with yoga and integrate yoga and mobility and nutrition. So if you really want something that's laid out so you don't have to overthink it and don't have to wonder, you could do that. But it depends. I don't know how much you're doing now. What point should I start increasing? More days depends. It doesn't necessarily mean more isn't better when it comes to fitness or lifting. Because if you're training more often, you want to split up and do different body part splits. You want to do at least upper, lower, or push-pull legs or something, so you're not just doing the same body part every day a little bit. It's better off. You can do more load and lift heavier and build more muscle when you segment body parts over time. Cerny, I don't mind looking old because I am. Okay. Lady Hawk, also concerned about joint health. We're talking about collagen. I mean, if you're concerned about joint health, it's the inflammation. You want to cut out gluten, phytic acid. You want to make sure you're not consuming tons of oxalates. You want to make sure that you're, cutting down vegetable oils, doing all those tests and stuff, increasing bone broth. Cold plunging is fantastic. Hydration's important. Sleep is essential. So, all those things are going to, it's more about not doing stupid shit than what should I consume. And let me rephrase that again. It's more, so perfection, like one of my favorite quotes is, perfection, or was it beauty? I think it's perfection. I forget, but it's when there's nothing, not when there's nothing more to add, but when there's nothing left to take away. So I think it's from The Little Prince, but you want to make sure that it's more about removing. That's why the elimination, it's not restriction, but it's mostly about what you're doing to damage the body. This even comes into play when it comes to investors like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, where they say it's really about not making stupid decisions, like not doing dumb stuff. Rather than making good investment choices, it's more about not making bad ones. And that's really about when it comes to nutrition. It's not like, hey, this food I'm going to eat, this food I'm going to eat. No. What can you take away and what can you get rid of that's causing you problems? Because the body has an amazing ability to heal. You want to get your nutrients, you want to get all those things in. But I would make sure I would get more into bone broth. But anyway, just think more about what you could be taking away, because most people aren't looking at all those other things like phytic acid and oxalates and things that can be affecting joint health. All right. Let's see. Scroll. T-Bone Capone. Papa Swole, just want to say thank you. After listening to you, I have shirts that were once tight in the belly and loose in the sleeves. Now they are loose in the belly and tight in the sleeves. Let's fucking go. Indeed. Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, time to go balls deep. We'll end on that one. That was legit.
That's deep.
Axel and T-Bone Capone making gains.
10! A 10! A fucking 10!
Ain't that the truth? So we have Elizabeth saying, aging is a privilege. Not everyone gets to. Yeah, I think we need to start looking at, remember, there's a lot of societies where the venerable elders, right? The elders of the tribe, they were respected. They weren't sent to a nursing home and just forgotten about. They had all their life of experience that they can pass on to other generations. And yeah, a lot of people don't get the chance. But even more so, a lot of people do have the chance and they don't take it. They're not focusing on taking care of their health now, and they sacrifice they sacrifice the second half of their life because they're not making proper decisions. All right. So now, if you're new to the show, now we're going to, it's like a car wash. I always say that the balls deep portion of the show is essentially the internet is a boat, and the balls deep is Papa Swole and the fam going to the hull and scraping off the barnacles. It's also a car wash, right? This is the car wash. The car is the internet. It's all disgusting. The oil hasn't, it's mechanic. The oil hasn't been changed. Everything's gunked up. Everything's just disgusting. There's bird shit and tar and sap all over it. And we got to clean it off. We got to detail this car because it's fucking disgusting. So let's clean this shit up. This is looking at this folder and the title. A lot of times we'll have some fat videos and then we'll have like maybe one gender one or something really fun. These are all ridiculous. We have a couple gender ones and we have white supremacy. We have some fucking shit to get into. Pick a number, fam. I don't even know where to start. These are all horrific. Oh, these are terrible. Holy shit. Yeah, these are all, we have three shit sandwiches. So pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3.
What's in the box?
Who wants a Wednesday morning shit sandwich? Come on, fam. Let's fucking go. Come on. Shit sandwich. All right, let's do Lacey. Lacey for sharing those awesome pictures earlier. Lacey to the main stage. Lacey.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion, $1.4 billion.
Okay. Today, Junior. All right. This one is titled, There Are No Cis Kids. There are no cis kids.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
There we go.
What's in the box?
This one's going to hurt.
Y'all really want to try to say there aren't trans kids? Let me tell you what there aren't. There aren't cis kids. Okay,
Dang.
You telling your child, oh, you're a boy, you're a girl.
You mean brain function? First off, what the fuck is going on with your hair, bro? It's like a gay Dragon Ball Z. Couldn't make up your mind? Couldn't make up your mind with... Fuck.
This is a child. This is a free spirit that has not learned any of that bullshit until you force it on them.
God damn you, evolution. God damn you, nature. You forced it on... You forced your chromosomes on children. How dare you?
So cisness is the wound. Cisness is the delusion.
All right, I'm pausing this because no one wants to hear this guy's voice. Can I call you a guy? I just did. I'm gonna do a cover. New song, Down with the Cisness. Any Disturbed fans out there? Down with the cisness. Oh, down with the cisness. Down with the cisness. Okay, that'd be a badass song. It'd be more like down with the cisness. Down with the cisness. Yeah.
Cisness is the lie. Cisness is the place of pain. Transness is the healing. Transness is the growth. Transness is the truth.
Goddamn, son. Cisness is the truth? Shit. The fuck out of here, boy. Cisness. This is a soundboard. Transness is the truth. Transness is the truth. I have to say it with a lisp. Says Grizzly Magnum. Transness is the healing. No. Transness is the growth. No. Transness is the truth. Yeah. You got those vegan eyes, bruh. You see the sunken in eyes? It looks like you haven't had vitamin B in a hot minute. All right. Pedro says, can we send these people on missionary trips to the Middle East to talk about this stuff? I agree. I think we should be sending this gentleman to Pakistan to use what? All those tens of millions of dollars for gender studies in Pakistan. I mean, someone's got to implement, right? Someone's got to execute. He's going to go there with all those millions for gender studies. Raise your hand if anyone thinks that money is going for gender studies. Exactly. It's not.
Come on, man.
It's not. You do realize the United States sends money around the world so other people around the world use the US dollar. It's not for gender studies. Because in Pakistan, they'd be like, aha, gender studies, murder. They just kill people. They push people off roofs that are gay. This guy would last 14 seconds in like Saudi Arabia. He'd get off the plane and just his head would like roll. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. I can't believe there's more to this video.
Transness is the truth. Trans is the healing. Yeah. Transness is the growth. Transness right now. Is the truth. Ooh. Transness is what we actually are. We are fluid. We are 70% water. We are God.
Jesus Christ. We're 70% water, which means I'm a woman. I don't think I have a vagina floating around in my body. Transness is the truth. It's flowing like water, like Bruce Lee. Be like water. Be like pee-pee and vajiji. Be like water. Be like vagina. You must be like vagina. Okay.
Actually are. We are fluid. We are 70% water. We are God.
So
God
is trans.
Change. God is trans. We are trans. You are...
Emotional damage.
Crucifixion is good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
All right. God is trans. God is trans.
God is trans. We are trans. You are forcing your kids to be boys and girls. We're saying, be whatever you are, baby. Be free. Be water. Be light. Be sky. Be God. Because guess what?
There's no sky. There is no such thing as...
Dodgson,
Dodson! We've got Dodson
There's
here!
no sky, by the way. There's no sky. There's atmosphere. But the sky is blue. No, it's not. It's refracted fucking light. It's an atmosphere. It's an atmosphere. Okay. We are sky. We're sky? You remember Mrs. Doubtfire? Goated movie, considering he was like dressing like Robin Williams, the goat. Remember when he's calling up and he's like, I am Job. I am Job. Remember he was calling, so his ex would just hear all these like weird fucking people applying for the job, and then he would show up as Mrs. Doubtfire and she'd be like, oh my God, breath of fresh air. He's like, I am Sky. I am Sky.
You make me happy.
I am Sky.
Be water, be light, be sky, be God, because guess what? That's what we actually are. What we actually are is trans, is change, is love. We're not the ones doing the forcing. And see God chiming just on time.
Oh my God. There's a lot of mental...
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Jesus Christ. All right. That was a rough one to get started. Thank you, Lacey. Everyone say thank you, Lacey.
It's all bullshit. All of it.
Thank you, Lacey. Thank you, Lacey. Do trans even have kids? No. Thankfully. I think we just need to start being appreciative that insane people are pro-choice. Can we get a round of applause for the irony there? Can we do that? I think we have to really just be like, you know what? I mean, look, this is making me, every time I'm like, I do think there's a limit in terms of the discussion. You know, I believe in people's rights to do what they want, but at the same time, like, you know, abortion's not birth control. So anyway, I mean, there's always going to be both sides of that argument, but I think we can appreciate the fact that most of these people are not going to be reproducing. It's just, that's it. That's it. The most insane people in our world are hardcore anti-having children. It's like, let's fucking go. The problem is they have your children. So they're brainwashing them in schools and they're manipulating them on social media. So homeschool your kids, let their lineage just die out. Literally, we're all going to die, but let them not reproduce. Problem solved. Homeschooling will solve this. Homeschooling will solve this. Yeah, they don't have kids, they have yours. So protect your kids, teach your own kids, pull them out of public schools, make sure you are separating them from these insane people, and problem will solve. Problem will solve itself. Bow. They do. You just don't see them because they're transparent. Oh!
You switch the samples.
They're transparent. Get it? Okay. Well, that's a play on words, Elizabeth. Elizabeth says, funny how homeschooled kids don't think this way because homeschooled kids think. Public school children are told what to think. They're told what to say. They're told, repeat after me, put this down or you don't get a good grade. You can guess. You can literally guess. Here's something that I knew from a friend of mine's wife. She's from Brazil. And when I first met him and met her, we were just having a conversation. Somehow education came up and she was talking about how in Brazil, she never understood. She didn't I think she came to the United States and I think she had to do like a driver's test or whatever. You know, that's all multiple choice, right? Choose this or whatever it was. And she didn't understand how the test works. She didn't understand. She goes, it was really funny. She was like, they give you the answer. They give you she didn't understand that, like, why the answer was there. Like, why are they giving you the answer? She didn't understand it. It was a funny story. I mean, obviously now she did, but the whole story when she first came to the United States, she didn't understand how, like, they give you the fucking answer. Because every test or whatever that she had done her entire life was all essay or long answer. You had to write the fucking answer down. Shocker. You had to explain yourself. It was all essay form. So their exams were like just fucking essays and writing and writing and writing. The United States is like, oh, I don't know. Let me guess. Oh, you're correct by accident. It's ridiculous. Okay. Where were we? So like I said, I just think it's a beneficial thing. You know, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be something that solves itself. All right. Here we go. Let's drop a number 1 or 2. 1 or 2. What do we got here?
What's in the box?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Just fucking use your logic. People should live their lives. Like I've met trans people before. Before all this ridiculous shit. They're not activists. They're just living their life quietly and in peace like most people. You don't have to be screaming from the rooftop. Aaron, I'm a conservative transgender woman. Parentheses, yes, we exist. And this guy is an idiot. I'm sick of these woke speaking for those of us who just stay in their lane and live lives in peace. Well said. Well said. Just, that's why, look, that's the problem with a conservative approach. It's because, and this is why the woke left and the progressives just take over because they're so loud and obnoxious and in everyone's fucking face. And conservatives in general are just, right? 2A, I want my firearms to protect myself and my family. Most conservatives are just, I mean, I don't look at myself as a conservative. I have beliefs on different things, but most people that use logic and common sense just want to be left alone. I want to be able to do my thing and have no one encroach on it. So I live on a street. Shocker. I'm on a road. And there are a lot of other houses on this street. Guess what's going on in those houses down the street? I have no fucking idea. You know why? It's none of my goddamn business. It's none of my fucking business. There could be like 15 cucks and all their wives are just pegging them nonstop all day. Okay. I don't know about it. I don't care. They're not showing up at my doorstep with like a bunch of strap-ons like, you ready for your ride? Like, no, get the fuck off my property. You see, it doesn't matter what people are doing. It's when you push your beliefs on other people and you try to enforce other people and demonize other people for not agreeing with you. Like this trans is water or trans is God or whatever. What is that? What are you talking about? Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense. So enough. Enough. And anyone that ever comes onto live streams or comments on a post that is trans or gay or anything or obese, but they have brain cells to rub together, they're like, yeah, like these people are insane. And it's important to bring it up and to recognize what insanity looks like because you see it so frequently, you forget that it's insanity. And so many people are forgetting that it's insane and they're going along with things in the mainstream because they just see it there. So, oh, this is what happens when you have these kinds of authoritarian takeovers and these kinds of like revolutions. You assume that everyone else is going along with it because no one's saying anything. Oh my God, they're doing that and no one else is speaking up. So they must agree with it. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. When everyone is thinking this is fucking crazy, this is fucking insane, but everyone thinks that everyone else is going along with it. So no one wants to speak up and then no one speaks up and then it keeps on going. Speak up, talk. If something's fucking retarded, say it's fucking retarded. And, let the chips fall where they may.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Because it's your opinion, and you're welcome to your opinion still. So fucking use it while you have it. A lot of countries don't have the ability to voice opinions. You don't have to agree that it's retarded, but that's okay too. You can think it's the smartest thing someone ever said. You can think that video is the absolute truth. Trans is like sky. Trans is sky. So, I don't like labeling. I'm Papa Swolio, and this is the Swole fam. So I don't like labeling myself as a Republican. I don't like labeling myself as a conservative. I don't think that's authentic, and I don't think it's smart, because you have to explain what you're talking about. What's the issue? And then I'll have my opinion on it, and I'm open to changing my opinion. So Stormy says, while Papa Swolio may not claim conservative, he made me into one, which is fine. Which is fine. I just don't like labeling myself because it gives me options and I don't get dogmatic or think about things in, oh, well, if I'm a conservative, then I believe these things. Like, what's the issue? Are we talking about the border? Are we talking about social issues? What's the issue? And then we can discuss what the issue is, and I can give my opinion on the issue. Maybe it lines up with other people. Shocker. People can have the same opinion? Oh my God. I just don't like labeling in a specific way. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of views that probably match up with many conservatives, but I might disagree on certain areas. Shocker. You can have opinions that vary from other people. Wow. Can we still do that today? Can you still have opinions that differ? Can you? A lot of idiots will see that fucking American flag and be like, oh my God, he's a Nazi. He's a white supremacist. That's the biggest, I think that's the biggest insult. And that's the biggest fucking scam. That's the sickest thing that's come out of the last decade, is that a lot of people look at the American flag as like police brutality and white supremacy. It's a sick fucking thing. It's really actually disgusting. It's just so ignorant and stupid and manipulative. All right. Okay. So, and by the way, if you voice your opinion online, I'm totally fine with people having opinions about me. Bring it on. Like, enjoy your fucking opinions. Guess what? They're your opinions, so you can have them. And they're none of my business. Your opinions are not my business. You want to say something about me? Then go for it. If you think it's going to affect me, well, you're fucking stupid. So anyway, call me fat phobic. You can call me fat phobic. You're still fat. You're still fat. You can call me fat phobic. Oh, out of breath from walking up your stairs. Oh, calling me fat phobic doesn't change your insulin sensitivity at all. You're still going to have the diabetes. So keep on blaming me for eating cake. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, pick a number, one or two. One or two. Come on now.
What's in the box?
Number one or number two? All right, number one or number two? I think I want to do number one first, because this one's going to be a slam dunk stupid one. I don't really want to watch it, but we will. Fatfoot, let's do number one. Let's do Maddie. Maddie number one, just because I want to choose number one, and I saw Maddie's pop up. Number one.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Everyone's going to be like, ugh, God, because this is like the fearing black body stupid shit. Fat phobia and white supremacy, because those are completely interlinked.
How is fat phobia linked to white supremacy?
It's not.
Congratulations, class. That's a great question. If you want to learn more than what I mentioned here today, please read this book.
I won't.
Fat phobia.
Sam, did you know that it's a book? In a book, it's gotta be true. It's gotta be true. It's in a book. It's in a book. Did you know that? It's in a book. So it must be true. That's because it's in a book. That's the same thing as saying it's on the internet, so it must be true. Wow, someone wrote something down? Wow, it must be true.
Wow.
Like most social phobias, is ultimately the cause of systemic oppression. Fat bodies have been racialized since, you guessed it, slavery.
It's always got to be slavery. You're never going to get past it. Did you know people were slaves? Did you know people still are slaves? You don't see anyone really upset about that. As she's recording on green screen on her iPhone. Your phone was made by slaves. We don't want to talk about that, do we? There are more slaves today than any time in history. That's not a popular opinion. No one cares about the Uyghurs in China. No one cares about... There's slaves everywhere. There's tons of slaves. Tons of fucking slaves. Drop this fucking chick off in Syria. Let's see what happens.
Fat phobia stems from an Enlightenment era belief that fatness is actually linked to savagery and racial inferiority, which has then subsequently been used to subjugate black bodies into slave labor, exploitation, fetishization, and sexualization. Slave masters use the fatness found in black female bodies as an excuse to say, those women are deserving of rape, but your slender self, you're not. Since abolition, the U.S. government has tried to pin the obesity epidemic and all comorbid diseases like heart disease and diabetes on blackness and on the black population as a...
They're not putting it on the black population. Like, obesity is a disease. Okay. Putting it.
To say our healthcare system is overwhelmed by those people, and those are your tax-paying dollars.
There's a lot of reasons why the healthcare system. Oh, God.
Fat phobia, white supremacy. There you have it.
Yeah, there you have it. And there you have it. So, yeah. There you have it. No, that didn't happen, Dan. No.
Emotional, damn it.
No,
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
No. What? Dan just said, did you see the nude shot that Lizzo posted? No. Don't fucking pretend like that exists. Don't tell me that that's something. Are you serious? Like nude? All right. She looks nude anyway because anything she wears, her fat rolls just lay over it. She could be wearing a suit and she'd still look naked. All right.
Shame. Shame.
All right.
Shame.
Right. Where? Why? What? No, I didn't see it. Yeah. What's the context with that? Like, where'd she post that and why? Or what? Like, really nude? Like, nudity? Like, nips and what? I will say, what's really funny is, so that video was titled that video was titled Fat Phobia and White Supremacy. Okay, the one that we just watched. It was a boring video. It's the same old shit book that we've talked about. Okay, it's the only book you can reference. Like one book. One person wrote a bullshit fucking book. That's just what everyone references. It's titled Fat Phobia and White Supremacy. So I go to drag it in the folder that we have. It's called Archive. So like, all the videos there in case you want to reference one and it says an older item named Fat Phobia and White Supremacy already exists in this location. Do you want to replace it with a newer one you're moving? When you have so many videos, like why? Why is there another video that's titled Fat Phobia and White Supremacy in the folder? Like that shouldn't happen. There shouldn't be more than one video. There shouldn't be one video. You already have 10 videos in this folder with this title. Keep both. All right. Excellent. Should I load it up and put it on the screen? I don't want to. She had a mug strategically placed to cover the nips. Oh. Yeah, no shit. Dan says to change the conversation on beauty standards. Yeah, no shit. No shit, you're changing the conversation to like, holy Christ. That's what you're changing it to. That's what you're changing.
That's a huge bitch.
That's what you're changing the conversation to. All right, last one, and then we'll give away the swole card. This is, I'm done. I'm done vomiting today. This is called gender studies, so.
What's in the box?
Woohoo! Yay! Gender studies. Here we go.
For those of you who don't know me, I am a medical school professor specializing in molecular biology.
This is called Spooky Gay Babe. Is that a woman? Is that a woman?
Einhorn is.
Don't
Finkel.
post that in the
Finkel
chat. You
is
fuck.
Einhorn.
Oh, good Lord. Why would you post that? Why would you share it? Oh, fuck you, Dan. Jesus Christ. Why would you put that in front of my face without me like approving it? Oh, why would you do that? Why would you put it in the chat? You're about to get banned. I'm going to kick you out of the fucking fam. This is the bannable offense. I'm not going to ban, I don't ban people like William Miller. Oh. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't even know where her boob starts. I thought it was a really big boob. It's just a fat roll under her boob. I'm about to post that on the page. I'm going to post that on the page. I'm going to post that on the video. You just got Lizzo. No, I'm going to Lizzo everyone. Dan deleted it. Jesus Christ.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
Oh. Okay, let's
For those of you who don't know me, I am a medical school professor specializing in molecular biology. I also have an extensive background in gender studies and queer studies.
Shocker.
The idea of sex as an immutable characteristic is a turf talking point that's been around for decades, and it's been weaponized against trans women in particular in the fashion of, oh, but you will always be male and therefore invading female spaces.
Yeah.
Sex as it pertains to humans is a construct.
It's
it is
not.
a set of spectrum variables with bimodal distribution that we draw an arbitrary set of boundaries around into two broad categories, but they are not immutable characteristics. Almost all of those characteristics can be changed through hormones or through surgery. This is literally an argument that gets trans women killed and is the thing that people are using to tell us that we can't change our birth certificates, right? Stop.
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
This is the true toxic masculinity. Men are like, you know what? We can be better women than women. We can do better. What do you say, men? What do you say?
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
What do you say, men? Man. What do you say, men? We can do better, can't we? Yeah. We could be better women than women. Talk about the weaker sex. We could do better. We could do better. Just push it inside. Just invert it. Yeah, just push it in. Push it in like one of those, like bubble wrap. Just pop it in. Yeah. Yeah. We can do it. We can do it. Ladies, we're coming. We're coming. The men, we're coming. We
What
got
happened
it.
to your queer party friend? Ever served in a forward area?
We got it. All right. Sonia says, try it, not gonna happen. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? I got some tomato paste that says otherwise. Haha. Oh! No? No? All right. All right. If you know, you know. If you don't, good. We'll keep it that way. Horrifying. I was going to post the Lizzo picture. I was going to Lizzo everyone on the show. So Dan deleted it because I think he actually feared getting banned or in trouble, which he should have. I think Dan gave himself a timeout. I don't see any posts from Dan since that. Did someone actually ban him or delete that picture? Just so you know, Dan, it's fine. It's fine. But I haven't seen Dan, I haven't seen a Dan post. Did someone actually put him in timeout? Or did Dan just Dan just posted that when sat in the corner. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm just hiding in shame. Ah, got you. Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah. I'm just hiding in shame. Put the helmet on. Go sit in the corner. Go fucking sit.
All right, then leave.
Yeah. Give him the shame. Shame, Dan.
Shame. Shame.
Ding, ding.
Shame.
Ding, ding.
You fucking people.
All right. Cerny already forgives him. All right, let's get a little tainty, man. Aww. Just to wrap that up, and let's see a little bit of the church. Very nice. Very nice. You sweet girl. Want to say hi to everyone? Want to say hi to everyone? No? Want to be friendly? You're smiling. I could see you smile. I could see you smiling. Rainy day. Give me some bellies. We're going to bring it all back. Oh, we're going to bring it all back. You sweet girl. All right. All right. Get the little belly rub. Get the little belly rub. Belly rub from the Swole fam. Belly rub from the Swole fam. All right. Look at her little smile. Look at her little smile. And she's got the sleepies. She's so cute. She's so cute. Okay. And of course, Tainty Man's super cute too. Let's give away today's Swole card. Horrifying stuff. Yeah, let's give it away, fam. Let's do a reminder first, because that took us all for a loop. Reminder that tomorrow, Rise and Swole, April 13th, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Be there for Rise and Swole. It's going to be awesome. Live call with the Swole fam. If you are ready to join us, please do inside Swolenormous X. We have all the programs. We have full programs that break it all down for you. We have all the exercises. We have the yoga, the mobility, everything. So you don't have to wonder about what you're doing day to day. We have an entire Swole in 7 section where you can do 7-minute workouts, link them together, repeat them for mace, for clubs, sandbag, core, dumbbell, barbell, kettlebell, mobility, everything. Great for warm up, great for cool down, great to fit into a tight space. You get it? You get it? I know you do.
Because.
We have the 90-day dash, which is a great all levels program. We have Swole Master, which is a bodyweight program. If you want muscular endurance and to shred up for summer, Scorched Earth is legit. And of course, if it's bulking season, jump into Swole season and check out our hundreds of yoga classes, thousands of recipes, elimination diet, meditation, brain gain section, everything that you need to crush your 7 pillars, swolenormousx.com. And of course, private live streams. Tomorrow is Rise and Swole, but I have to announce this here too, and will in the audio for 2533 for the audio. But Friday is overtime. We'll have a new DWG, and might be a rainy DWG because it's raining now. So it could be a lot of rain, could be some rain gains, and some rain rage. So stay tuned for that. Be there for overtime. And because last week, remember, we talked about it before, but I want to reiterate, last week was cut short because of it froze. So the stream got cut off and then it didn't get saved, because if you stop a stream in the middle of a street, like if you stop the recording and it cuts off, it didn't get a chance to finalize the video and save. So it was unsalvageable. But we're going to watch last week's DWG again. So we have that up as well as a live stream. So we're going to kind of recap that last week so we can get that up. But we also have the Drive While Gaining Uncensored already there in Swole TV, so you can watch it, but we'll do it live again on overtime. And it was awesome, but we'll watch it again tomorrow. And I think we'll just do that. If it ever happens again, we'll just repeat the DWG and kind of do a double take, because some people might have missed it anyway, and they're so funny and they're awesome. So we'll watch it again. We'll have a good time. So we'll do a double dip tomorrow on Friday for overtime. So and that'll be in the morning on Friday, but tomorrow 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, very nice. my God. I love it. I love it. You know what? I think based on today's video, I think you are the winner of today's Swole card. Great sense of humor, and love having you with us in the fam. Aaron Rue, congratulations. I think that's a no-brainer, but I love your sense of humor. Aaron says, how come after Balls Deep, the term execute more takes on a new meaning to me? Oh, zinger. Aaron, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Let's see, support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 2532 in the subject, and your mailing address in the body of the fucking email. We'll take some soundboard requests too, but love having you with us, Aaron, and thank you for your logic and common sense to steer us through the dark days. We do love us some logic and common sense. And I'm gonna. It's your first. Oh, all right, very nice. I'm gonna kick it off with one. This soundboard goes out to Dan. Dan, this one's for you.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
God damn it, Dan. God damn it.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
No, Mika, not poor Dan. Get the fuck out of here. Poor Dan. Not poor Dan. John, we need a final. That's a huge bitch for this episode. Please and thank you. I got you, fam. One hand.
That's a huge bitch.
Shut up, bitch!
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are there any women here today?
That was it too. One of the worst things is scrolling to a different page of the soundboard and being like, oh, that was a good one. I missed it. I try to have it all figured out. Sometimes there's a few.
I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere, huh? A jelly donut?
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Good boy, Tainty Man. Good boy, Tainty Man. There we go.
No more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery, no more ballyhoo.
The attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
You're insane, Gold Member!
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady in a race car.
I got hairy legs.
I'm a fair guy, Liz. The heat is making me absolutely crazy.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
That doesn't make sense.
All right, very nice. And just one for the road. Dan?
Go fuck yourself.
All right, excellent. If you missed it, Dan felt obligated, inspired to share a nude picture of Lizzo in the Telegram chat. So anyone that saw that or was in the Telegram chat, time to wash your eyes and Godspeed. Best wishes. Hopefully, I can erase that. I will say that it doesn't look unlike other pictures that I've seen of Lizzo. It always seems like she looks like that. You know, in a bikini, you don't even see it. You just see everything that hangs over it. So it's really not that different. No, I appreciate it, Dan. I'm just kind of trolling you, but it's disgusting nonetheless. Dan says, I thought you were looking for it. I was trying to make it easier for you. I was saying, oh, maybe I can look for it, but I wasn't actually. I was saying, oh, I could bring it up on the screen, but I wasn't going to. Because I also didn't want, I don't know. I had to turn on my VPN, be like, I don't want anyone knowing I'm looking for this. I don't want to see it. I don't want that in my history. I don't want that on my screen. And then all of a sudden I was like, all right. And I kind of moved past it. And then all of a sudden, bam, I didn't have a choice. So I think the reason why it was so traumatizing is that it was surprise Lizzo. It was surprise Lizzo. If I was going to look for it, I would prep myself, but I was like, I digress. I'm not going to do it right now. And then all of a sudden, bam. So I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. Okay.
You switch the samples.
Sure seems so. Fam, thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for the Rise and Swole, 9 a.m. And of course, we'll have a Swolosophy on the podcast. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in